You're down here getting impregnated and murdering your offspring. How does that make you feel, ladies? That make you feel good?
I think a lot of feminism, the cornerstone of feminism is choice for women. You can't stay home.
I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure because there was a famous debate between Betty Friedan, who was the prominent American feminist, and Simone de Beauvoir, one of the most famous feminists of the 20th century. It was in 1975. And Betty Friedan said what you said. She said, look, I think we should give women a choice to, maybe they want to go out into the workplace, or maybe they want to stay home and raise their kids, but they should have a choice. And Simone de Beauvoir, who was a more consistent and intelligent feminist, said there can't be a choice. The reason there can't be a choice is that if given the choice, most women would stay at home. And if most women stay at home, women will not be free. If we want true women's liberation, women must be forced to be free.
Wait, you object to your partner watching Griffey?
It wouldn't be ideal, yes.
But my understanding is you don't do any nudity in your OnlyFans content, but you have a fans too. Yeah, she
What? Are you kidding me? I've been...
Y'all listen, y'all hear this shit?
I thought you strung me along so well, and now you're going to pull the rug out. You're the one who's trying to entice these men to look at this stuff. And then you're trying to put all of the blame on them.
So I started a year ago. I'm talking about, this is why I became disillusioned.
What's your body count? Body count doesn't matter. What's your body?
Those dumbass bitches for you, bro.
Okay, I'll answer for you since you're gonna not answer. It's 73.
That's fucking rude. Very presumptuous of you.
We're gonna restart this.
But I could say that yours is probably better. I personally don't think that this
is what's wrong with the world.
Panel is going to fix shit for society, but hey, to each their own.
They already know what you're going to do. They know that even if you are only making $200 a month,
okay,
means that you're going to go back so that you can have your illustrious career in lingerie sales on only.
Well,
it's not for you. It's for the hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people who watch this. It's not for you.
okay.
We know what you're going to do.
Okay.
You're going to be a 304 for the rest of your life. But it's not. We're talking about all the people who see it.
You're rage quitting? Wait, you're rage quitting because...
I'll come back. Have an adult conversation. Talk some shit back.
Do you want to come back?
You on a screen to go ahead and go and call me a 304 on a live? That's so disrespectful.
Don't be a whore.
Yeah, but is it true?
No. And that is not how logic works. You can't just say that I'm willing to
tell me how logic works. Give me one rule of logic. Give me one law of logic. One.
It's based in fact.
Move, you jackass.
What? Can you give me a single law of logic?
Can you?
Yes. Okay. The first is the law of non-contradiction. The second is the law of excluded middle. How many would you like? Would you like to get into informal logic as well?
Yeah, go for it.
Would you like to get into the law of identity? That's the third law. What else would you like?
That's semantics at this point.
That's
we gotta get by the water.
Opposite of semantics. Do you know what semantics are? Because that's not semantics.
I found one.
Okay.
I hit my man. I made his nose bleed. Did he hit you? He hit me back and gave me a concussion.
Wait, you broke his nose?
I'm so sorry that you went through
I
that.
sure would. I'm not their ass for the side of the fucking house.
About that whole situation. Domestic violence is a really big thing. Domestic violence. It's to play with.
Who's the victim?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Was she a
victim. The guy. Why did you hit him first? Because
That sounds like victim blaming.
Why was he playing? He was playing
This is
with
victim blaming.
It's not okay for her to be hitting somebody. It's not okay for her to hit somebody. I'm not saying that either.
So I'm saying, like, who's
You
in
be
the
a good
wrong?
hit,
Were
man.
you
I'll start and kick the
hospitalized
shit out of
with
you.
a concussion? That's not the point.
Wait, this actually happened?
No, this actually happened, yeah.
She made his
Oh, yeah.
nosebleed.
No. She broke his nose. Not just a nosebleed.
She said
Broke his nose. No, she said broke.
I broke his nose, and then he hit me back because, you know,
Was it justified?
No, absolutely not. Not justified.
No, for him to
for
hit her
him
back.
to hit me back.
For him to hit you back was
Yeah.
not justified. A man should never
He
hit a
was
woman.
like,
Stop, you fucking pieces of shit.
Concussion. You guys want to end up in jail?
Go downstairs and fucking wrestle.
Hey, guys.
You have no respect for women. That's why you're here arguing right now.
Talking to my dog.
Andrew, Mother's Day. How do you like that? You murdered your kid. Happy Mother's Day, murderer. And the woman next to you, she agrees with me. How does that make you feel? How does that make the entire CCP feel that you're down here getting impregnated
I need
and murdering your
to
offspring?
wash
How does that
a
make you
bowl.
feel, ladies? That make you feel good?
I think a lot of feminism So feminism.
Yeah, Brian and Aaron were from.
See how in China.
Like real Wolfie facts.
You're internet, just like us. Just like them.
Yeah, I don't do work.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay,
Lies
hold on.
used.
Define exploit.
You define it. You define it. You
You
define
use
it.
the word.
I can't. I cannot give you a total definition, so you define it.
You use the
You
word.
define it.
Tonight, what evidence do you have that I exploited anybody here at this panel?
You exploited the British one that was sitting here.
How?
You cursed at her.
How is
Call
that
it a
exploit?
That's an exploitation.
Stop.
That's
Hold on.
exploiting.
No. Hold on. I never called her.
What a dumb bitch.
No, I didn't. This is
You
another.
heard.
This is the second time you've.
You heard.
I'd call you a cunt if you're being a
Well,
cunt.
you did not.
Second time. Yeah, because you're being a. Quite frankly.
Really?
Do you know what a false accusation is? This is why women are extremely dangerous because they
Oh,
will
brush my
assert
teeth.
with the utmost confidence that a man did something or said something that is on tape that he clearly did not even do. I did not call her a.
You're internet, and it doesn't
Wow,
change anything.
she should do my laundry on the first date.
Yeah, I did with my boyfriend. Like, I cleaned his room, massaged, did his laundry.
Hey,
No, it's
No.
just
No,
Part of feminism is understanding that
cleaned
women
his
should be able to have
room.
their
Wow.
traditional values if they want to have
Get
them.
the fuck out of my way,
And
dog.
so what was he
You're
doing
pissing me
like on the
off.
first date for you, other than receiving the massages?
He was a good man to me, and I knew
Wait, let
it
her
doesn't
finish
matter
first.
though, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna treat him the way I would want him to treat me, and if I'm gonna be with somebody, I'm gonna serve them the way like I feel like a woman should serve him. And if I don't feel like I can serve you in that way, then I'm not gonna be with you.
And do you think that's all men date?
They should, but that's the thing is women get in a relationship and then they don't do for the man and they expect a man to do for them and for them to wife them. But it's like, why am I gonna wife you if you're not gonna act like a wife?
I really stopped.
If you're meeting somebody on a dating app, you kind of have to go in assuming that they're probably somebody else. For this reason, I was actually like, bro, I'm not going to be a traditional guy with you if there's a chance you're somebody else or dating multiple other people at the same time. I would feel kind of wrong if I was investing, even if it's a $20 hamburger. I ain't going to pay for a girl on a date and then, do all the gentlemanly traditional. And then you get the doggy bag to go. You take it over to the dude's house who never paid for anything on the first date, and then you want me to be traditional, you want me to pay for a first date. I was always like, nah, we can go 50-50. These girls are probably dating maybe even another dude. Not gonna pay for the first date. Would you rather cross paths with a man or a bear in the forest?
I picked bear. I picked bear.
It's very alarming that women would rather take a chance with a wild animal who is extremely unpredictable over a man who can possibly not.
Welcome to Lazy Days. For nearly 50 years, we have been there for you, helping people turn RV dreams into destinations. Today, Lazy Days RV is here for you. With state-of-the-art dealerships, dedicated people.
Do none of those things. There is a potential with a man. There is no potential with the bear. None. He's going to kill later. So for women to pick the bear over a man who can potentially build a fort with you, make a campfire, and just totally assume he's going to hurt you, they just assume such negativity about men. It's just kind of disturbing to hear that. It's like, I would never take a chance with a wild, ravaging bear. It's just crazy how women think today.
If a woman is essayed and becomes pregnant from it, she terminates that pregnancy, and becomes a murder. Do you think that she has a right to kill her?
Yes, you should carry the pregnancy to term. That if you are SA, are you allowed to go home and kill your other children? The answer to it, hang on, calm the fuck down and just listen. You're not allowed to go home and kill your other children. Why? Because you're a life. Because you are SA does not then give you the right to kill somebody else just because you're SA. That makes no sense. So the same logic would be applied here. You don't believe this is a human life, so it's always justified. However, I do believe it's a human life. So what you're actually saying to me is, Andrew, because I was SA, do I now have permission to? And the answer is no, of course not.
I'm really disappointed in Andrew because you seem like a really logical guy, and this is just it's just disappointing.
Saying that you're disappointed by an argument but not refuting the argument is what's disappointing.
About an hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But with the Zaxby sauce ball box, he's dunking all over these fools.
Welcome to Dunk City. I'm the mayor and the sheriff.
Who's got the sauce?
You're internet, just like us, just like the.
Yeah, I don't do twerk.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay,
I
hold on.
excuse.
Define exploit.
You define it. You define it. You
You
define
use
it.
the word.
I can't. I cannot give you a total definition, so you define it.
You use the word.
You define it.
Tonight, what evidence do you have that I exploited anybody here at this panel?
You exploited the British one that was sitting here.
How?
You cursed at her.
How is
Call
that
her-
exploit? Whoa, hold on. Stop.
That's
Hold on.
exploiting.
No. Hold on. I never called her.
Yeah,
You
you did.
didn't call it.
No, I didn't. This is
You
not.
cursed.
This is the second time you've.
But I'm being
Shut
British.
up.
Well, you
This is
didn't
the
ask.
second time.
Right.
Yeah, because you're being quite frankly.
Really?
Do you know what a false accusation is? This is why women are extremely dangerous because they will assert with the
I got
utmost
4
confidence.
sisters and I only like one of them bitches. Shut up, idiot. Stop
Can I
me.
ask you how old you are?
How are you?
I'm 19. You are arguing with a 19-year-old. I've been homeschooled my whole life. I just got to college.
So you're saying
I'm
that
fresh
you're
off
too
the boat.
stupid to argue with me?
Sure.
Okay.
But continue, please. I am trying my best right now. I want to continue this argument because you're helping me grow and understand what I truly want. So please,
Well, I
continue.
don't see how if you're too stupid to have the argument.
Too stupid.
That's what she just said, not me. Why you get mad at me? I asked
You just
her
called her
if you have the
stupid,
argument.
bro.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
fucking
You can call me
stupid, you're
but
stupid,
please, let's
bitch.
continue.
I didn't call you
Well,
stupid.
look at
You
it.
called you stupid.
She never said
I
that.
never
You
said I'm
that.
too stupid to talk to. You just
What?
Yeah, if you're too stupid to have a conversation, that's your fault.
Are you too stupid to argue
Can we
with me?
just
Answer, yes. If you tell me, Andrew, I'm too stupid for you to argue with me, why would I keep arguing with you?
a nuclear family where the husband is the head of the household? I want to talk to him about, I'll give my opinion. I'll ask, like, okay, why are you making this decision? Like,
If I had a kid like that, I'd beat the shit out of
be a
him.
bad husband. What type of godly man will not want to hear the opinion of his wife?
What if he thinks, for some reason, that even hearing your opinion will second guess a decision he thinks he needs to make? So he says, you know what? I don't want to hear your opinion on this, and I'm not even going to explain myself. What type of awful wife doesn't submit immediately to her husband's authority and let him lead like he's supposed to? Who's the leader?
I would
There
at
you
least expect him to love his
Yeah,
wife.
that's right.
And
So
at
who's in
least,
charge then?
Yeah, man,
What's
just
your expectations?
expect to
Who's
love
in
his
charge?
wife.
okay,
But
why would he marry
also,
me if he didn't
a
love
woman
me? Why would he
sometimes
marry
needs to
me if he
shut the
didn't at
fuck
least
up
want
and
to
sit
hear me out?
back in a
That's
back
why.
seat for a
There's
minute.
tons of times I don't want to hear out people that I love who are saying stupid things I don't care about. This
If
idea
this-
that somebody doesn't love you because they might dismiss an opinion that you have doesn't
People
mean that
say
they
they
don't
like,
love you.
oh, that's why you don't have a
Supposed to be in
woman. Look,
charge.
man, I don't put
Yeah,
up with that
or you.
bullshit.
These
I've
are
had
the
a rough
beliefs, the
life.
4 no's.
I
No
don't play that
sex with men,
bullshit,
no giving
female.
birth, no dating men, no
Don't come play with
marriage
me. I don't
with men.
play.
This is a nun.
Right. It's idiots, what it is. This is the funniest thing in the world. A bunch of Christian Bible thumping conservatives told a bunch of OF, hey, we want you to stop being OF. In response to this, by taking away what they perceive as their right to abortion, they're saying that they're going to immediately stop being. I think it's hilarious in every way conceivable. Funny. They're basically.
Come on. Hang on, I gotta send a message. Not 49 now. He's gonna be at 10:30. Oh, these dogs drive me nuts. You're pissing me off. Shut up. Oh, motherfucker, I'm tired. Oh. Oh, let's go back to watching my reels. Look at this ugly fat bitch. These dogs get on my fucking nerves. Scott May.
I personally don't think that this podcast panel.
Yeah, don't be a whore, bitch.
Are you? How old was Aisha?
Oh boy.
Sorry.
How old was Aisha?
Asia.
Aisha, that would be the wife of your Prophet Muhammad.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Do you mind repeating the question?
How old was the wife of your Prophet Muhammad?
Goddamn idiots. Get the fuck
9
out of my
years old.
way.
He married her when she was 9 years old.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
That's why, yeah, I have that
a lot of
just
people want
starts
to
with
believe
my
100%.
fundamental disagreements with Islam.
I
and
do
it just goes
understand
up
that.
from there. So everybody agrees to something, that's what makes it a fact.
Yes.
But
Based
it
on
can still be
evidence.
untrue.
The truth is something that's actually been proven. And like, it's true. Well, actually, it's a fact that this table is white.
Oh,
It's just
you
what
jackass.
society has
But
gathered.
is it
Get
true
out of the
that
way.
table is white?
No, it's a fact because society as a whole
So,
said this
so,
color is
so
white.
hang on. So is it untrue that the table is white?
I mean, I'm not saying it's untrue. I'm not saying
No.
But you're not saying it is true. Well, okay.
What we
I guess
all know-
another way to ask this, do you think that people
Let me do
can
this
know
real
what
quick.
is true? Okay, so if you
Pissing me off. Oh, good grief. Just to get his attention so he'll read the message. Let's go back. You're pissing me off. You gotta look at this other message someone sent me.
How can I love when I Love you for 1,000.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you're probably going to lie to me.
Okay.
When you walk out,
Can I ask you how old you are?
Your internet. Just
are you on?
Yeah, I am.
And are you dating Brandon?
Isabella.
Yes.
Then he's a
That's fine.
Someone who
The
likes to watch his
word.
wife.
My boyfriend does not watch me have
I'll
people.
find it though. He's either one, either or. A man who purposely allows his wife to gratify other men, or it's a man whose wife has gone out and slept with other men, and he unknowingly rapes their offspring. That's a
No,
Stuffing
but
makes breakfast.
get someone.
purposely.
Right, okay, are you gonna let me talk since you finished talking and now it's my turn
No,
to talk?
whore,
Or are
you
you
don't
gonna
get to
put in
talk.
like I
You
just
just
want
asked
and
me
you
a
keep
question.
kicking off about it? You kick off when I put in. You kick off when I put in, and then as soon as you put in, it's fine.
Well, if you ask me a question, I have to answer the question.
Alright, well I didn't ask a question.
what do you guys get from being so defensive about
Women are lower than
acknowledging
men.
that men and women are supposed to be complementary?
Because he was
You shut the
saying
fuck up.
women cannot survive without men, and I was
You
trying to
can't.
point out
You
that there
can't.
is a possibility.
I feel like these questions are made to get some aggressive.
No woman on this
feelings,
planet or any
it's
universe
not
will ever
necessarily like
about a man.
The big
It's
thing when
humanly
it comes to dating
impossible.
Is like, do we have the same values? And there's like, I
It'll
think
go
that's pretty
extinct.
important.
Without a man,
These
a
things are
woman
totally
cannot
beyond
sustain
pale in
life.
terms of-
I feel like it's more
And
of an
sometimes you have
eye
tangents and you go
because if
through
you
the-
flip this and put women
Doesn't
in
work
front
that
of
way.
men,
You
now
can't.
we would have a problem
Can't
with
do
it.
it.
We genuinely would. We can't say that we couldn't because me, if I heard it, I'd be like, you're being sexist. If we're doing the same thing, we're being sexist. Like we are.
And people need to hear this. We got to stop speaking from just our personal perspective.
Why did you just say that I had children with another woman?
No,
Why did
she
you say that?
had children without you.
Which is not a bad thing.
I don't want a woman that's had
But you
damn
seem to have
kids from
hatred
7
towards all women,
dads.
and then you say all this about women
What
having
women do
different
I hate?
partners and all this.
Not
bollocks,
Candace
and
Owens.
then you
What
don't
women
give
do
a
I?
shit.
I don't hate you. I just think you're dumb.
All right, cool.
I think you were dumb.
So here's the thing. I'm so non-sexist that if Chuck Beagle is in there and call him dumb too, because your sex doesn't matter. How old was I, Aisha? Down the street. And what do you think happens to women and children in the nation if men stop defending the country? What happens?
Yeah, I mean they would be
Yeah.
negatively impacted.
Listen to
They would be
this.
destroyed, right?
Yeah.
They would be carried off as war brides. So then Brian's question, which has gone unanswered time and time and time again. What the
It's happened in
He gets his own personal
14,
freedom.
1500s.
for
It's
one.
happened since the dawn of man.
Personal freedom thing?
By going to war and fighting for yourself, you're fighting for your own personal freedom and the freedom of others, and that's something that we.
Yeah, but women would get that too. What
Yeah,
does
but as a
the man
soldier, you
get?
don't go in there thinking about your freedom.
Women are considered in Christianity to be the crown.
Crowns are for the king, not for the submissive.
Yes, that's what
The
I'm.
thing is, what do the men get socially and societally for the fact that they have a social obligation to defend all of the women in society? What
Don't
do they
get shit.
for that?
Hopefully, they would get a submissive wife.
Well, they don't. Women are the deciding vote.
They're a
on
bunch of
almost
fucking
all the
whores,
degeneracy
bunch of
in society.
sluts
And men are
that
expected
don't
to
deserve
protect
shit.
women in the electorate.
But their ass
women
kicked.
can send them off to war that they themselves don't have to fight via their vote. That's a fun.
I had a friend that was in Air Force.
Ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale
Got
of 1
shot
to
in
10.
Fallujah.
Pick 7, starting with you. Go ahead.
I would say in
He
my
came
own
back,
head, I
his
believe
wife
in 10.
had
If you're
cheated on him,
10
walked in
meaning
his
no
house and
room for improvement, and makeup is meant to enhance
that guy
and
was
improve
sitting
your
in his
looks.
chair.
If you're 10, why are you wearing makeup? Because
He
I feel
came
like
back
if
with
you
high
want to wear
honors.
makeup, then you can't. I mean, I'm also not wearing foundation. 'cause
Purple
your
heart.
skin's gonna
I
break
mean,
out
very well
regardless.
decorated.
It's part
Air
of
Force
life.
pilot.
Like, I'm not gonna be like,
Love
oh,
God
I
to
gotta get
death.
1,000.
Dumb as
I
a
mean,
box
even
of
if I
sticks,
wanted to
but
wear
great
1,000
guy.
wigs, I would still think I'm a 10 then. No, I'm not objecting.
Actually,
to
he's
you
extremely
wearing makeup,
book smart.
But if you are a 10 means
He's just
no
not
room for
logically
improvement,
smart.
then you would have no
Okay.
need for makeup. Would it make you feel better if I said I'm a 9? So then I could because I never said there was no room for improvement.
Nope.
10, you
To
say
me,
you're
you're a
a 10.
negative 0,
10
bitch.
means you're at the
Still don't feel good
there
about
is
that.
no
No.
room for improvement. You're at the top of the list. 1 out
Bitch,
of
I'm a
10. There's
27.
no going above 10. So you're
I'm way past 10.
I would give you a
good 7.6.
But you should think he's a 10.
Why is there always bugs falling on me, bro?
Yeah, but in your head, if you think you're a 10, I'd be like, power to you. Good job. Thank you.
I would like to offer this perspective for you. Instead of encouraging people to delude themselves into thinking that they're 10s and there's no room for growth, I would say my personal mindset is, even though I can be objective about
I gotta make another phone call. Somebody's outside my house. I can hear them. Hey, you piece of cereal. Hey, bring me a dime. He's on the toilet. My buddy's getting right now, so I'm like, motherfucker, look, I'll be having people call me, I'll be in the middle of fucking and be like, bro, we need you at work. I'm like, bye, bitch. I'm out. I don't care if I finish, I don't care if you finished. I'm out, bitch. I'm done. I'm out. I got shit to do. Larry. We love Larry. Larry's awesome. This motherfucker better bring me a fucking dime bag of pot. I'm gonna be pissed if you don't. Don't even matter in hell. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
How have women that
how do you feel?
How is women's lack of access to, I suppose in some states, evidence of an inequality between men and women?
With your husband, like making these comments, saying rude things to women.
Well, don't be a whore, bitch.
You just invoke our skin color.
About you being white.
Yes, you literally did.
What did I say about white? What did I say about white? I'm not gonna sit here and let you guys say that. I'm sorry it's making your head hurt because you're a white man who's never had to deal with the consequences of your actions. No, go ahead. Put me on the spot.
You want me to be honest?
I'm begging for it.
You said as a white man, you never had to deal with facing your consequences. Right?
Yeah. So
Black people need to learn how to face their consequences.
What the are you doing?
Black people need to take accountability.
No, I'm not going to get over it, Chad. There needs to conduct
Look, white people do stupid shit too. I know a lot of stupid white people.
I didn't say
I know a lot of dumbass black people too.
I didn't scream when you guys were screaming.
You really don't want my true
Men in
opinion
her
on black
country,
people.
she's Ukrainian. You know what she's been doing the past 3
Don't
years?
be a piece of
She's been
shit.
going on 100 dates with foreigners, American men, while her
Stop stealing shit. Go to work, motherfucker. Go get a job.
Talk about male privilege, female privilege. She's in the club in Miami. She's in the, oh, you're rolling your fucking eyes. How is this not a bigger fucking evidence of a differential?
Like some
between
homeless
the
people, I
privilege
still
that
have the
women
same attitude
versus the
towards.
impression that men have. Her
That I
men
do with
in
black
her
people
country
because of the fact.
dying. She's in the
If you can sit here and hold a sign off
Miami,
fucking day that says, please
It's
feel
about
sorry for
10
me,
Ukrainian men. That's
Oh my
disgusting.
you take your ass to work. I have more dignity
So
than
the
that.
answer to this that would make it feel good is that both
I've been
are
homeless.
equally
Fuck, I've been homeless for a long, long ass time.
Because there's no such thing as equal. If they're going and dying and she's in the club in Miami,
I got off my ass and did something about it.
Why are we just basing it off her? There's how many women in the world?
Something, man. If I was to shoot
I had a
her,
few
and
good
she
friends that
walks
helped me
up,
out,
she's like,
and I
"You hurt
fucking
me."
did it.
And I say, I'm hurt too. Who's hurt more? The one that got shot or the one that shot themselves?
So I'll tell you what would happen. You would go to prison for a lot less than a man who shot her.
I did hear the term mansplain, though. When you say mansplain, can you define that so we understand it?
When men explain stuff that we obviously understood.
But it's not just
No,
a man
don't.
explaining something. There's another
You're just a
component of
stupid
it.
bitch.
The man is explaining it how? In a negative way? Like,
No, he's
condescending.
not even condescending. He's just saying it as how
I don't put up with
every man
females
would
no
think.
bullshit.
Well, then we
Bitch,
should
I ain't
start
on
saying,
time for that. You fuck
complaining.
So
up.
I guess my... So you're single.
And hit on by married men.
Are you dating?
My name is Maddie. I am 22 and from Utah.
Are you Mormon? Or?
And I'm a
No,
whore.
not Mormon.
But didn't they like rebrand? Let's get
They're called the
switches.
Church
Let's
of
get switches.
Jesus.
Okay, Mary.
They're called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I am a member.
Yeah,
You're Mormon. Okay.
Well, not Mormon. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
it's the same thing.
But it's a sect of Christianity.
Yes.
It's
At
the
least
part of the Mormon church.
At least what the Mormon, that's the Mormon position.
We officially changed the name because we want to include Jesus Christ in the title and make that clear that that's the center of our church.
So you're still Mormon, bitch.
Because there was a lot of
Just because you changed the name doesn't change the dynamic.
And they didn't want the reputational damage. That's why.
No, because we chose to make sure it was clear that we made this Jesus Christ the center of our church.
No, it's because they were diddling little kids in your temple. That's why. And
Yeah.
because of that, they wanted to change the reputation of the Mormon church. That's why it happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's true.
Which were marrying underage children and everything else, and it was
That's
all
fucking true.
There was a bad reputation.
Would you, Sammy, consider stopping work entirely tonight?
For what, dude?
Your soul.
I don't have one. I'm ginger, for one.
That's a fair point. She does have a point.
And I mean, honestly, like, it's not even just because I don't want to go back to working, because I loved working. I hated having to quit my job, because I only quit my
Don't be a
job
whore.
like literally a month and a half ago to like continue.
Wait, remind me, how long have you been doing OF?
Since December, so about 4 months.
4 months?
Is the only reason that it just helps with money and you don't care at this point what the...
So honestly, I really don't care.
My daughter may
thrive
be a
because
horse and
I
kill
am
it, bitch.
Like,
Don't say poetry.
no, but I'm taking advantage, of what is literally already on my social media. The comments I get, the stuff people say. I feel like my niche is people think I'm 14. I don't understand why, but they do.
Okay, yeah.
Don't blame
That's a
me for
yikes.
that. I have a problem with it too.
Yeah, but you're playing into it.
No, I'm not.
You just admitted that like
I said no. What I was going to say is that those comments are there anyway. So it's either I profit off of it and I just make an account and I get paid,
You're playing into
or I
it.
don't.
Your reaction to the video.
You're being a whore. It's all yours, a whore. It's all you ever be.
Get
A
your bags
slut.
packed, and I'm not going to have a. I don't want to hear a word about
You'll
it.
never have no man's
So,
respect being
Andrew,
a
I think
whore.
you're hopefully exaggerating somewhere.
No exaggeration.
No exaggerate. Well, I think you're being a jerk about it then. But
It's my prerogative to be a jerk too.
yeah, well, I don't think that's biblical. I do agree with you to an extent. I do think that the Bible
God
does place
be
the
a jerk.
husband in a role.
God's
where he
been a
is
jerk to
supposed
people.
have final authority, but I
Been a
do
jerk
think
to me
in a
all my
healthy
life.
biblical marriage, part of husband loving his wife is having a discussion and taking her input into consideration while still making that final decision. But
Yeah,
no,
if you
I think
believe in
just
Jesus though, and
ignoring
you're on
anything she has to say
OnlyFans,
isn't
there's something
loving.
fucking
I think
wrong
you
with
should
you.
absolutely listen.
What did the clip say? It didn't say that you ignore everything they say. The ultimate authority revolves around the man. So if it did come down to a situation where I said, listen, this is going to happen, and I'm not looking for objections, and I'm not looking for input.
That's who you
because
worship,
it's
bitch.
important
A man.
to do what I'm telling you to do. That's exactly what she
Fucking
needs to
idiot.
do.
What a
And
dumbass.
obviously, like if the house is burning down, yes, you should.
If the house is
I can't stand
burning down,
stupid
even on a
bitches.
major life decision. Who is the head of the family biblically? Let's say I went home and I said, we're moving to Nevada in 3 weeks. Get your bags packed. And I'm not going to have I don't want to hear a word about it. They're doing it, and that's the way it's going.
Your thoughts on that?
I think relationships should be a group discussion, but some kind of input should be appreciated. And I know at least I would want that in my marriage.
But what if there's just a disagreement and there's been input given from both sides? Who's the tiebreaker? The husband or the wife?
I guess it depends on the relationship that you're in and
No,
how you
bitch.
guys
It's also-
deliver
It's a
together.
Christian
So
biblical marriage.
yeah,
What about for yours personally?
I really value my future husband's opinion, and I definitely take that into consideration.
I mean, he's
At the
gotta be a
same
good
time, I think
husband,
there
though.
also
He's gotta be a
needs
good
to
husband. He can't just be
everybody's
some
health and well-being
fucking
and thoughts in
dumb.
relationships. So while I do respect your opinion on that, I
Fuck
think there also
bags,
needs to
some
be always
crybabies,
need to
some
acknowledge
bitch.
people's
He's
opinions.
gotta be a
'cause
good
that's how you
husband. He's gotta be a
facilitate
good
healthy
man. Whether
relationship,
he's
whether it's
poor or
biblical
not,
or
don't
I
matter.
disagree.
He's gotta
Going
be a good
into the
husband.
marriage, you can take into account if this is
But a
going to
good
be a
husband
man
wants a good
who's
wife.
going to take care of you. But once that decision is made, you're putting things in his hands.
You're good to
Like
me, I'm
he
good
said,
to you.
if
You're
there's
not
a
good to me. That's the
disagreement and your
minute we have a
input has
problem.
been given, if the man has made a decision, you chose him as your husband. So I would say you have to submit.
About an hour ago, Theo airballed the game-winning shot. But with his axe be so...
I gotta go. Where the fuck's my TV remote? There it is. Yeah, we gotta go. Live's in and